In this tutorial, I'm going to give you an introduction into some of the web technologies that are used to create web pages. Those specifically are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Let's take a look. So I have open three websites. I have the Susquehanna University website open. I have ESPN's website open. And I have Johns Hopkins coronavirus website open. So the basic tenets of the websites are three parts, three languages or three concepts. HTML, which is hypertext markup language. That is the building block of the web. So that is basically the framework. CSS, cascading style sheets, are the part of the website that give websites their appearance. And the third part is the JavaScript. And JavaScript is what give websites powers of animation and different capabilities, computer capabilities that HTML and CSS don't have. So let's take a look at the Susquehanna website here. There's a slider that happens in the middle of the page. The slider is a JavaScript slider, and it moves over time periodically. I've downloaded a little plugin here for Chrome, and let me show you what the website looks like just as the HTML alone. I'm going to disable the styles. Well, there's a stark difference, huh? Look at that. So this is what the Susquehanna University website looks like with the styles turned off. This is simply the HTML. And if you notice, I'm scrolling down here, the slider doesn't even appear. So the slider is required as part of the HTML, and there's no images on this either. Let's take a look at ESPN. So when I pull my mouse over top of the navigation bar here, that's a combination of CSS and JavaScript. Let me turn off the CSS on this one. Disable the styles. Well, that doesn't look much better than ours does it? Looks pretty bad. Oh, there's a big flag. So they've got some images here, but there's not much else to this. In fact, if you notice on both of these, there are lots and lots of bullets. And the reason they use lots and lots of bullets are called unordered lists. The reason they use so many is because Google likes organization, and unordered lists are easy to organize, and they're easy to style. Let's look at the Johns Hopkins. This one is heavy in terms of JavaScript. And so let me turn off the styles first of all and see what it looks like without the styles on. Not much to that either. There's that whole interactive map. And to be honest, there's not much to this website. Let's go back and look at, let's look at I'll turn the styles back on here a minute. Let's go to developer tools. There we go. Now we can look at this in a different way. We can look at this as a responsive website in which when we move it smaller, we can see how it changes. At about 700 pixels, it'll turn into a tablet view right there. And then a little bit later, it'll turn into a phone view, which it's in now. And see what's happened. The slider's gone away and it's replaced by these buttons. And so this is what's called a responsive design. If I look at it as an iPhone, I can look at it as an iPhone. Here's what the iPhone looks like. Let's go back to the normal. Let me show you what the HTML code looks like on this. So let's view the page source. That will be the HTML code. It's a little bit hard to read at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. It is a language that's made up of statements, and elements are enclosed in these brackets. There's a left bracket here and a right bracket here. And then the content goes in between these elements. I'll scroll down a little bit because this is a lot of the stuff at the top of this is getting ready. And down here, oh, here we go. Professors are delivering instruction online. That's the header. It's inside of a P, which is a paragraph tag. Let's review what we've covered. Websites are made up of 3 technologies. HTML, that's the page source. It looks like this. It is made up of CSS, cascading style sheets, which looks like this. And it's made up of JavaScript. And this is the JavaScript associated with part of the Johns Hopkins page. And it has various functions. This is more heavy-duty computer code than we'll be getting into our class. In our class, we'll be learning about HTML and CSS.